So then you go through your whole voice thread and you make all of your comments if you're making comments yourself. And when you're all finished, one way or the other, before you click share, and share will give you a link to send to people or some code to embed in your website. I'm going to come down here to the bottom and I have some additional options. Playback options with this little gear. I'm going to click that. Here's where I can decide how long I want it to wait before it turns the page or goes to the next image or the next document or the next video, whatever I have uploaded. Right now I have it on 4 seconds. I might want that to be longer. What it's going to do is first play through all the comments that people left and then hold the picture for an additional 4 seconds. You can choose to have it start playing when opened. So as soon as someone clicks the link to your VoiceThread, clicks on your VoiceThread to open it, it begins playing the comments and playing the slideshow. You can choose to have it do that or not. You can choose whether or not you want it to show full screen when opened, allowing others to download the original images and documents. If you want to more protect your work, you can put it up there so people can see it. People can comment to it, but they can't copy down your picture or your video or your document for their own use on their computer. That's up to you, however you want to do that. Hide the final share page. The final share page, when your VoiceThread gets all the way through, and you'll see this on some of the samples that you look at, it gives people the link or the embed code if they wanted to embed it on their website or send a link to their friends. If you want, you can hide that so they just see your VoiceThread and they don't have a way to get to it, to share it out with their friends. That's, again, up to you. Allow others to export. Again, a choice. If people have an account, you can export a VoiceThread so that what that does is it saves it to your computer, the whole VoiceThread with all the comments and everything as a movie file. And you can allow others to do that or not. That's up to you. And allow others to make a copy. Again, those things are all up to you. If you make any changes, you're going to want to hit save. If you just are going with the defaults and I'm just leaving mine with the defaults that came up, I can just click close. The other place I have some options are the publishing options, which also are down here. Sorry about that. Don't you love it when a phone rings and you're in the middle of recording something? All right, I'm back. Publishing options, let's take a look at those. You can decide who you would like to allow to view, if you want anyone in the world to be able to view it. And I would often recommend that unless there's some specific reason why you want to limit who can see it. If you don't allow anyone to view it, then you have to invite people in order for them to be able to view it. Invite them by their email address. I usually leave it for allow anyone to view. And as you click these, it explains down here in yellow what that means. And in this case, because this might be hard for you to read, it says, everyone can view this VoiceThread, but no new comments are allowed. It will never show up on the browser page or in the search results. You are the only person who can edit this VoiceThread. Then I usually say, allow anyone to comment. And again, I usually choose that. And now it says, everyone can view and comment on this VoiceThread. And when I checked allow to comment, it automatically checked moderate comments. And this is what I would suggest to you. Allow anyone to view it. Allow anyone to comment, because that's really kind of cool that anybody could leave you comments who might look at this. But moderate the comments, and that means that they don't show up until you approve them. Okay. And the last choice here, show on the browse page. When you go to VoiceThread, there's a browse tab, and public VoiceThreads that are listed on the browse page, other people can find them. If you would like other people that you haven't specifically invited to your VoiceThread to find it and look at it and maybe leave a comment, then I would say yes, show this on the browse page. But again, that's up to you. And once you've made your choices, click save, or if you haven't made any changes, then click close. Now, if I wanted to export, and depending on the type of account you have, depends on whether or not it allows you to export. I don't think you can export, or maybe you'll get a limited amount of exports with a free account. You may have to have a paid account to be able to export. What export does is it allows you, as I said, to save the whole voice thread, including all of the comments, as a separate movie file on your computer so that you could archive it, is what the point of that is. Because you may only have room, depending on your account, for say 50 voice threads. So you might want to keep one, or you might want to keep last year's kids' voice thread, but you want this year's kids to make a new one. But you don't want to lose the past, so you can use it as an example. So then you might want to export. When I click on export, it explains all of that, and that you, depending on what kind of an account you have, or you can buy a certain amount of voice or export credits, and so on and so forth. So that's really kind of up to you. I haven't ever done that, but you might want to if you're going to be using this for quite a while. Okay, when I'm all finished, up here, my third option now is share. And again, this is where you can, if you have a paid account, you can choose groups if you have certain groups you want to share it with, and so on and so forth. Or if you mark this as private, it's not one anyone can see, then you would have to put in individual email addresses of people that you want to invite to see your voice thread. If you want to just get the link to send to people and not do it through VoiceThread inviting them, then you just click the Get Link button up here. Now, one thing that we didn't do at the beginning, which I should have done, is right up here, and this kind of hides because it's not one of your buttons, upload, comment, and share. This is add a title and description. What that is if your VoiceThread shows on the browse page of VoiceThread, when you put your mouse over the top of it, that's what shows up to people, to give a little title and description. So I'm going to click add title and description, and I'm going to say Snow Day 2010, and then say here are some pictures of things I did on my day off from school due to weather. Now, if you want to tag your voice thread, you might want to tag this with Snow Day. That would help people if they were searching for my voice thread and they wanted to search for Snow Day or snow or winter or something like that. It would make it easier for them to find. And now I'm just going to click Save. All right, my voice thread is finished. And now you see that where it said add a title and description, up here it has the title. And if I wanted to get back in to edit that, I have an edit button. Now when I click on the browse button and come back to the main VoiceThread page, I don't see mine, but this is where I want to show you. As you mouse over it, you see how it says who it's by, that's your account name. It gives, at the bottom, it gives a title. And when you mouse over it, it gives whatever little description people put in. So that helps people. Sometimes the first picture that you see doesn't really help you in terms of knowing whether this is one that you want to bother looking at or not. So it just gives a little additional information. When I'm logged in, if I want to see my own voice threads, right here I have a tab called My Voice. And actually up here you see this little yellow word cloud. That means that there are comments waiting to be moderated. Now, I do have a classroom account, so these voice threads aren't all my voice threads. Some of them actually belong to other people that during classes that I've taught, I've included in my account. So some of them are by other teachers in the district. But right here, here's the one I just added, Snow Day 2010. When I mouse over it, there's my username, and here's what my description.